Here's the data from yesterday's quizzes on using commas as introductory elements. This is for the whole grade level, so on average I'd say we're averaging a little bit above 60%, which is pretty good. Moving into it, this is going to be a little bit of a collaborative thing. Can you raise your hand if you think you have an idea of where the comma should go in this sentence? I'm going to wait for a little bit longer for hands to come on up. We should be reading this sentence and thinking about where the commas go. Selena, what do you got?
In between gymnast and
All right. Raise your hand now if you agree with Selena. Strong work, Selena. So we're going to go from there. The next one that we have, same exercise. Okay, go here. Fine. Raise your hand if you have an idea where the comma goes in this one. Gonna wait for more hands to come up. Try to get a hand up there, Ryder. Try to get a hand up, Hayden. You can do it.
so fast.
That was a mask up lyric, but thanks for the leadership. Naya, what do you got?
In between store and I.
Store and I. Strong work, you got that as well. I'm going to go beyond that right now. So, here's comma tip number one. It goes with the sheet of paper that you have. That sheet of paper should go into your permanent notes, so make sure to hold on to it. There's a ton of information on this sheet of paper about the different reasons you might have a comma after an introductory element. It lists different kinds of introductory elements. We're about to go through some examples of those, but what I would recommend doing as we start to proceed, and if you find yourself in your own writing wondering if you should have a comma or not, come back to this sheet of paper. I'll give you some more comma tips like this, and you'll likely be able to look through to sort of solidify in your brain whether or not you need a comma. So, that's a long-winded way of saying when you have a main clause, a complete sentence, and you are introducing it in some way, giving more information before the start of the sentence, you want to have a comma between that introduction and the sentence itself. Here's one example. At midnight in Count Dracula's castle up on the hill, comma, you can hear Diana Ross crooning from the stereo. If we look at it, this is the main clause. It is a complete sentence with a subject. It has a verb phrase here, which is can hear, and then a complete thought. This whole chunk of stuff is just introducing that main clause. So we separate it from the main sentence with a comma. For the next one, I'm going to ask you all to identify the subject and the verb in the main clause. With me, Noah? You need to stand up, wiggle your body around, wake up. You can do it, okay, man? So, we're trying to identify the subject and the verb in this sentence of the main clause. Slurping up the last few drops of the chocolate shake, Beverly was struck by lightning and toasted as crisp as a French fry. What do we think the subject is here? So, I'm going to wait for some hands to come up. Thank you to the hands that are coming up. Let's get some more up. Subject and verb in this sentence. I need you to take your headphones out. Next time I have to tell you I'm going to take them, okay? Zach, what do you got?
Alright, so the verb is slurping or toasting?
Verb is slurping or toasting. So, good guess in both of those spots. Anybody want to help Zach out?
No.
Selena, take a shot. Beverly is the what?
So verb.
Beverly is the subject, actually, Selena. That's the person that is doing stuff or having stuff done. Lyric, what do you got?
Struck is verb struck.
The verb is actually another one of these phrases. This was struck, and toasted is also another verb. So all this is an introductory for element. It is just introducing, giving you more information about this main sentence. I think it's probably time for us to move into individual practice, but I wonder if there are any sort of questions out there right now that y'all have. What do you got?
So you just put the commas in these sentences?
So I'm going to tell you that shortly. Did you have a question?
I did, but it's not involving this.
Okay. So, maybe ask me real quick in between this. Here's where we're going now, team. I'm going to fast forward through this. Everyone's going to have their half sheet of paper. And on your half sheet of paper, you are going to put commas wherever you think they should appear. We're not, rewriting these sentences, so I don't want you to delete periods or write new sentences. I just want you to put commas where you think they should be. This is practice. You could take commas out, yeah. This is practice, so do the practice so that you can get better. We're going to have a little bit of a social element after this, and if you don't do this, you won't be able to do the social element. So please get there for me. Oh, where we're going to share. I'm going to give it a timer of about 4 minutes if I can find my cell phone.
I just got it up there.
Liz, take that phone out. Put it away, okay? I need you to put commas here wherever they should go. All right, thank you. You know what's going on? Anybody need a hand? Hunter, we should be putting commas wherever they go. Can I help you in some way? You need a pencil. Let's try to find you one. Thank you, Nia. That's nice of you. Pencil too? Okay, let's get it up. It's similar practice. We're moving into different types of comma usage. All right. What's up? As always, raise a hand if you need a hand. Yeah, second half class.
And if I don't think get free time.
No, I'm just like,
John, hi. Thanks, Hunter. Zach, let's have the mask up, okay, man? Well, in between bites, we put that up. All right, folks, 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Thanks for hanging out if you're done. Yep.
What time is it?
Done. Done. One more time, Charlotte. You done? One more time? Thanks for working on that, man. One more time?
I'm
Done? Cool. Are you done somewhere?
Oh, wow.
Try to finish up. Are you done? Okay. 1-minute warning, team. Try to finish it up. Are you done?
It's really loud. What is that thing called? Collect?
correct.
Collect,
All right, team, so bring your attention back to me. I'm going to move us along. Here's what's going on right now. Momentarily, I'm going to give you a partner. When you have a partner, you are going to trade sheets of paper with them. Then you are going to look at where they decided to put commas. If they got it right, you're going to put a little star next to it. If they got it wrong, you're going to put an exclamation point there. And if it confuses you, so you're like, I don't know, you're going to put a question mark next to it. Are there questions right now about what we're about to do? What questions are there?
How do we know if they're wrong?
How do we know if they're wrong? You're going to use your judgment. You could look at this sheet of paper, the comma tip sheet, to try to figure out maybe what type of introductory element is there, or if it's there. And if you think it's wrong, you're going to say that's wrong. You're learning to make judgments. Naya, what's your question?
Do we work with the same people we worked with yesterday?
I'm just going to real quickly break this up again, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the same people, okay? So, I'm going to do it this way. Can I have you two work together? Can I have Shiloh and, oh, why is it stuck in my head? Ryder work together? Can I have you two work together? You two work together. I'm gonna have Zach and Tylee work together. I'm gonna have you two work together. I'm gonna have you two work together. I'm gonna have Selena and Lyric work together, and then you all work together. Okay? So go team go. I'm gonna give us 2 to 3 minutes to work on this. So you should trade your paper, Zach, right now. Thank you. All trade papers?
What the heck?
Then it's wrong. They should have put one, right? If you think there should be one there, then it's gonna be wrong. You could correct it. Yeah.
I know that
Do you trade papers, Liz?
we did.
Okay, good deal. Trade papers, Ryder? Thanks, man. Thanks for looking at it.
I'm not gonna do it. See, look, still there. You're a failed abortion. Okay.
Hey, Tylee? That's not nice. Don't say stuff like that, okay? Thanks. How can I help? Yep. Y'all doing okay?
Yeah.
Any question marks or exclamation points yet? Look for them.
Confused here, we're just supposed to do that.
Yep, confused, you put the question mark. If they didn't finish, you can either stop looking at it because there's no more evidence, or you could mark it as wrong because it's not correct.
No.
Your decision. How you doing, Larry? Is there anything else? All right, folks, 1 minute warning. Eden's coming out. What's that? If you want to correct it, you may, but really I'm interested in giving them stars, question marks, or exclamation points. Okay? All right. What's up? When Braylee comes down. So,
Here you go, Tylee.
here's where we're at right now. Can you swap sheets back? And real quickly, let's look at your stars and exclamation points. Let's look at your exclamation points and question marks. If there's anything on there that also confuses you, so if someone else put a question mark on your paper and you look at it and you're like, that confuses me too, you're going to raise your hand and we're going to go over it as a whole class. Okay? So you're looking at the question marks and exclamation marks. I'm going to give it about a minute, maybe a little less.
Question mark was wrong.
Confusing.
And then if it's nothing, then right.
4 stars, right? Okay. Did anybody have one they want us to go over? All of them? Liz, what do you got?
Probably number 3.
Number 3. So I'm going to try to get out of this real quickly. Shabam.
Ready? Screenshot it.
Shabam. I don't think I am. I think it just does that when I change it. But if I am screenshotting, then I don't understand how to use this thing. Number 3, Liz wants to look at. So I'm going to do that real quickly. Akram has a problem hitting the snooze button on his alarm over and over. I would not put any commas in there. To get to class, his first class on time, comma, Akram frequently eats a donut in the car, comma, getting crumbs all over the seat of his new vehicle. So this is an introductory element. I'm not sure which one it is on your sheet, but it has an infinitive in it, which is to get. This is additional information, so it's a different type of phrase or clause at the end, which is just giving you more information about the main clause, the main sentence. Is that helpful, Liz? Cool. Anybody else have one they want us to go over as a whole class? 5? Cool, thanks, Tylee. In English class, no one wants to sit next to Eli because he is always smacking his gum loudly. I would not put a comma in that first one. You could potentially put one right here, but that's a judgment call. I personally wouldn't put one there. Right here, you would have a comma, because that's an introductory word. Moreover, he nervously swings his leg. kicking people in the thighs, shins, and ankles. This is another sort of phrase that gives us more information about what happens when he kicks his leg, and it has a little bit of a list, a series there, 3 separate things. Is that helpful, Tyler? We're going to move along, and we'll have another chance for questions, but what I want us to do now is we're going to flip over our sheets of paper. You're going to write 3 sentences of your own on the back, and you're going to try to use an introductory element in every sentence. So you're going to write 3 sentences of your own on the back, use an introductory element in every sentence. I'm going to give us about 2 minutes to do this, maybe 3. What do you got?
What do you mean by introductory?
So, an introductory element are different kinds that are on this sheet of paper. So, it's things that give you more information about the main clause or sentence to come. So, since Mr. Nichols was wearing a Mets hat, no one could see his bald spot. What's that? Oh. I have a bald spot. So, can you start trying?
Chocolate, something.
To make sure that I have a lunch, I packed my lunch. Just give it a try. It's not like it.
On top of the bridge is a very small, very light,
All right, team. So hopefully you're finishing up with breaking some down.
Maddie be being mean. Who's your team?
Here's what's going to happen right now. You are going to bring your attention back to me. You're going to bring your attention back to me. You are going to read out one of your sentences to the partner you were working with. When you get to the place that should have a comma, you are going to verbalize the comma. So, for instance, while Mr. Nichols was sleeping, comma, a frog went into his refrigerator and drank all the orange juice. Okay, so go team go. Share out your sentences, verbalize the commas.
Hey Tyler, so I said, also there was a very fat, small cow in your head. Go!
Another one is no, it gets bullied. Holy crap.
Where's the comma?
In between.
Mine is
Strong word.
It was not a good.
Anybody else?
We're doing the introductory element. Did you even write one?
No.
Yeah. Alright, so, yes. Don't show that to him, 'cause I agree.
There, you want to share one?
I know. Chicken nuggets. Where did that come from? Okay, so that's that day. I didn't have to do my hair. Where's your hat?
I know, right?
Okay, what else can we do?
All right. And did anyone have other questions come up? Did you maybe hear a sentence where you're like, oh, that comma's in the wrong place? Or did you hear a sentence that it confused you a bit? So, I'm getting no. I'm feeling that we might be ready to move on, so we're gonna move on. Last little chance to have some instruction or coaching. What do you got, Liz? Thanks.
What is better?
What is this?
Yes. I'm confused.
Okay, so thanks for bringing it up. I need everybody to get quiet. I'm gonna reframe it again. So, one thing that Mr. Green and myself have identified as like a common mistake we're making is we are either not using commas at all or we're using commas incorrectly a lot of the time. So we're trying to target that so that we can improve on it. What's up, Liz?
Oh, no, I mean, like, what's
An introductory element?
Yeah.
So an introductory element is something that happens at the very start of your sentence. It's separate from the main clause, the subject, the verb, and the complete thought that are the sentence. And it just gives you more information about, usually that subject, but about the sentence. Maybe when it happened, maybe why it happened. So to make sure that I had a lunch, comma, I made a sandwich before coffee. Does that make sense? It's tricky, and a lot of it has to deal with judgment calls, which is why we're going to practice it a lot, because hopefully we get better at making those judgments. So, right now, we're going to take this quiz is. We're going to go to joinmyquiz.com. I need you to use your real names. If I see inappropriate names or playful names, I'm going to give you the boot. After we take this, we're going to go over ones that really confused us. But please get here.
Daddy, I'm not reading mango. Let's listen to the story box.
So I walked out of in this round, it was like, it was 73.
I accidentally poked a hole in it.
And I'm like, how would I do that? It's like, instructions and everything.
I unlocked this guy to grab off.
All right, team, quick pause. I need this to be quiet, individual work. I want to know what you can do, not what your partner can do. So hands up if you need a hand. But let's try to make it quiet, individual work. You there, Liz?
It says this.
I'm going to start it shortly. If you have to join, you'll still be able to join.
This music's super heat.
Rubble bucket,
It
so
says
good.
Riley Moat.
All right, we have 9. We have 1, 2.
You said this whole class. I love this better. 30.
Cool.
Why'd you put bone wool?
Look what I got.
All right, I'm going to press the start button. If you're not there already, please join.
Oh.
187.
We got the code right here. Hand up if you need help.
That's the one we did yesterday.
Yeah, we're doing it again to see if we learned anything.
Just use the comment tip sheet if you need it.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, I screwed up.
It's okay.
This is super.
Music is fire.
First, the music is too far.
Why is there so many cops in this school? Oh, why is there so many cops in this school? It hurts for me, I just went wrong.
Thanks, Zach. Rumble buckets are really good.
I threw it in.
Why are you knocking on the wall? Oh, is it my first place? And so. Oh, I got it all right. And last time I only got like 3 right.
All right.
Wait, I'm almost done.
Folks, let's keep it quiet in here so folks can finish up.
I got better. I got 8 correct this time instead of 6.
I got 92%.
Zach, I think I met the goal.
Incorrect. What's the progress?
No, I think I met the goal. I got 23.
Surprising how consistent it is. You get 10% better.
I literally got like 70%
I got 53% last time. I got 61%.
All right, team, can you bring your attention back to me? We have 3 minutes left in class, so I need you to be in a seat and have your attention on me. As y'all have noticed, we showed a bit of improvement. If you're still working, feel free to keep on working. I'm just going to pick sort of at random one of these that it shows we didn't do so hot at, and we're going to go over it. So I'm not sure if it'll be your one, but it jumbles up all the questions. So I'm going to pause because I don't want to wear my voice out. If you are talking right now, I need you to stop. I know that you might want one to go over. I'm just going to pick a random one. If you have questions after lunch or maybe at the end of class, let me know and I'll try to help you out with that specific one. So, looking at this, which answer shows the correct punctuation? Holding up the elevator doors, the kind man smiled at the tired mother. Naya, what do you got?
Doors, comma,
Doors, comma, the. Holding up the elevator doors, comma, the kind man smiled at the tired mother. That's right. This is giving us more information about the kind man that is the subject. Let's see if we can find another one. Actually, I'll just call it there. So finish up. You're all going to pack on up and have a great lunch, team. Thank you.